I gotta say happy birthday, homie. Happy birthday! Say happy birthday, son. Happy birthday! We love you.
We're a problem. Then I'm putting out receipts. The receipts I just told you about, then I'll put those out.
Beyoncé just wrapped her Cowboy Carter tour, and out of nowhere, Jason Lee jumped right back on her case again, throwing shade about her twins, especially Sir Carter. Word on the street is wild, claiming their autism came from some so-called witchcraft ritual gone wrong, and Jason Lee slid into the conversation like he had receipts to back it up. People still bring up how Kanye West crossed the line using the R word, but now, some folks are whispering that he might have known something from way back. He was cool with Jay-Z for years, tight like family, until Jay and Bey skipped his wedding just because they didn't mess with Kim, so if anybody had inside info, it would have been him. And then there's Jaguar Wright, who hinted a while back that the twins situation started because Bey was allegedly wrapped up in some heavy spiritual practices and things supposedly went left. These rumors keep spinning, and every time someone new speaks on it, the story gets even messier.
She went and killed a girl Cats.
Okay.
A girl went to court and charged her with extreme witchcraft. She was hypnotized. She was drugged. Beyonce came and she was in there.
Before all this chaos even kicked off, people were already side-eyeing how Beyonce kept the twins low-key, while Blue was everywhere with her, even before Blue was old enough to decide if she wanted that spotlight. Folks were acting like the twins being more private meant something suspicious was going on, and the whispers just kept building. But everything went completely left a few months ago when Kanye hopped on X and dropped a messy post using a slur he never should have touched. He tweeted, "Wait, has anyone ever seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids? There are worded? No, like literally, and this is why artificial insemination is such a blessing. Having our worded children is a choice." His tweet had the whole internet in shock. He deleted it a few minutes later, but then he jumped right back online, claiming the only reason he took it down was because powerful people were threatening to erase his account. He tried to double down by posting, "I need everyone to know that I took the post about Jay-Z and Beyonce's family down, and Jerry Lorenzo's family down, because there was a possibility of my Twitter being canceled, not because I'm a good person." Then he pushed it further, adding a joke about taking it down, like Down syndrome, acting like he was being bold instead of completely out of pocket. Kanye really tried to spin it like he was just keeping it real, and the whole timeline lit up instantly. Kanye kept running his mouth and added that there would never be an apology to the Carter family until they help me with my children, and then threw another jab saying, "Y'all be getting one guy out of jail at a time to look prestigious." He even claimed the Carters and Kardashians were basically the same, and then accused the Kardashians of S-trafficking, which had social media blowing up instantly. As expected, the Carters were irritated, and a source close to Bey's team said they were already discussing legal action because things had crossed the line. According to the source, Beyonce and Jay-Z will absolutely not stand for it. Kanye has spoken about their children in such a vulgar and offensive manner. Jay-Z and Beyonce are aware of the posts Kanye has since deleted and are discussing how they want to handle this situation, whether that be privately and/or in a legal matter. And Beyonce's mom, Miss Tina, wasn't holding back either. She hopped on Instagram and let the world know exactly how she felt, saying, "It's hard to remain positive and classy in the face of ignorance and evil, but I know that no weapon formed against me or my family shall prosper." She closed it with, "This battle is not mine, but the Lord. I know that God has got this," making it clear she was standing firm for her family. This whole situation had people digging into the twins again, because even though Kanye had no business speaking on them, some folks turned their attention toward his comment about Beyonce keeping the twins more private while Blue was always out front. People were trying to make it seem like Beyonce was hiding something, even though none of them actually knew what was going on. Some tried to argue she was protecting the twins from online trolls, but others pointed out that Blue went through a lot of nasty comments when she was first posted online, and Beyonce still proudly brought her to events and shared moments of her growing up. So a lot of people started saying that explanation didn't really line up. Then the internet did what it does best, digging through old clips, and came across a few moments where Beyonce was with the twins, and people decided to analyze their behavior like they were experts or something. One clip in particular went viral again, showing Bey having a sweet, normal moment with Rumi and Sir. But online behavior experts started throwing around assumptions they had no business making. In the clip, Beyoncé asked Rumi how her summer went, and instead of giving a big, bubbly answer, Rumi moved around a bit and didn't say much, which plenty of kids do when cameras are in their face. Sir was off to the side looking elsewhere, like something caught his eye, just being a regular child in the moment. But people online tried to twist normal kid behavior into some dramatic story, even though they had zero facts and no professional standing to speak on any child like that.
The summer this year. Did you have a good summer? Yeah? What'd you do?
The autism rumors started spreading even more after Miss Tina mentioned in an interview that Sir is more low-key and likes spending his time counting numbers. People online immediately pounced on that, trying to twist her words into some kind of hidden message, acting like enjoying quiet time or being into numbers automatically meant something dramatic. Folks really started reaching, turning a simple personality trait into a whole storyline.
She is amazing. She's an amazing artist, like painter and creator. And so, I mean, how could they be anything else growing up in that environment? That's all we talk about is creativity and fashion and the whole thing.
What is Sir interested in?
Sir is very quiet and is very, very smart and does all of the number stuff. So he's not into the fashion stuff as much, but yeah.
This is where Jason Lee's messy energy jumps right back into the mix, because while all this talk was spinning online, some folks started claiming that whatever was going on with Rumi and Sir was the same thing Jason had been hinting he would expose months ago when he tried to pressure Beyoncé. And if you missed that whole situation, here's the recap. Back in 2023, Jason was salty like a whole bag of chips because Beyoncé invited a bunch of influencers to the premiere of her Renaissance movie, but his name didn't make the list. And what really had him heated was that he swore he and Beyoncé had been cool for years, and he even claimed he spent over $40,000 on Renaissance concert tickets and merch for friends and family, only to still not get invited. Jason acted like he deserved a front row spot just off loyalty, and when he didn't get it, he started throwing shade left and right like it was his full-time job.
Optically, when you don't include other black leaders in the culture in the fold, I mean, not just take me out of it. The Breakfast Club, I mean, you should have honored and brought more black. And I spent thousands, over $40,000 in tickets and shared the experience with friends. And I've done a lot, and I'm not even going to say it here because if I did, this internet, Beyonce's good internet, would go crazy.
But Jason didn't stop there. He kept stirring the pot. He had two people in the room with him, and he started hinting at some supposed tea he had on Beyoncé. But he edited the video so that whole part was bleeped out, making it seem even more dramatic. Then he tried to flip the whole thing into a deal, saying that if Beyoncé could convince Kelly Rowland to sit down for an interview with him, he'd keep quiet. But if she didn't, he claimed he was ready to spill everything he knew and drop every so-called receipt he had. Jason really made it sound like he was holding the biggest secret in the world.
And I've done a lot, and I'm not even going to say it here because if I did, this internet, Beyonce's good internet, would go crazy. Did I tell y'all what I've done? I'm going to tell them while Johnny puts a beep over this part of the show, so you'll never know what it is, but I want you to see their reactions, and I'm going to do it right now.
Beyoncé never gave Jason any attention, and he never ended up revealing whatever big secret he claimed to have on her. But now folks online are spinning a new theory, saying maybe the secret was about the twins and their condition. And remember, this happened back in 2023, almost 2 whole years before anybody even started publicly discussing the twins. So people are suggesting Jason thought that kind of rumor would have been enough pressure for Beyoncé to give in to whatever he wanted. But it gets messier. Some people online are now claiming Beyoncé wasn't just keeping the twins more private because of their condition. They're alleging she was ashamed because their condition supposedly came from her being involved in witchcraft, according to the rumor mill. The internet really took a regular situation and turned it into a whole supernatural conspiracy. These witchcraft claims aren't new, but tying it to her kids' health is definitely the wildest twist people have made so far. And to make it even louder, folks brought up how back in 2018, Beyoncé's former drummer, who performed with her for 7 years, quit and accused her of doing extreme witchcraft on her, That old story got dragged right back into the spotlight as people kept adding layers to the drama.
Beyonce's ex-drummer of 7 years, she is seeking a restraining order against Beyonce. She's accusing her of dark magic, witchcraft, tapping into her phone bill, and basically controlling her finances, harassing her. She's saying the Beyonce camp is put up a huge harassment campaign against her, and it's overall witchcraft. She sought a restraining order in the past. It got denied, and she has another one scheduled for October 11th.
Then people tossed another name into the mix. YouTuber Storm Monroe, who once claimed Beyonce was deeply tied to African spiritual practices. His video blew up, and folks used it to push even more rumors, making the whole situation sound way bigger than it actually was.
Beyonce is a witch. She's heavy into African spirituality. It's a high-ranking witch. How many people have come out and said, hey, I can't start dying. Beyonce did this to me. I saw Beyonce do that. Nothing new. But you got to understand, when it comes to Illuminati, to this industry, one person replaces the other. Madonna's old. Madonna is almost done. Madonna is a very high-ranking witch. She is a high priestess. That's just pretty much what it is.
Jaguar Wright jumped in and made everything even messier when she spoke up about Beyonce's former drummer and those witchcraft accusations. Her comments had people talking all over again, adding fuel to a rumor that had already been getting way too much attention.
Went and killed the girl cats. A girl went to court and charged her with extreme witchcraft. She was hypnotized. Beyonce came and she was in there eating on her while she was asleep, snacking on his people cats. And guess what? They wouldn't give her the restraining order. They just told her to stay away from Beyonce and work for somebody else. Guess what? She's having a hard time finding work too, which is interesting because she's a brilliant musician and she was trained at the esteemed Berklee College of Music.
What really had people talking is how, right after Kanye's tweet blew up and folks started calling Beyonce out, she suddenly brought the twins on tour for the very first time. She wasn't keeping them off social media anymore. And instead of calming things down, it made people even more convinced she was trying to hide something. Like this sudden display was just a cover-up. And people noticed she was mainly showing Rumi, while Sarah was barely seen at all. One person even said Beyonce shouldn't hide him and should show support for all children with autism, or whatever his actual diagnosis may be, by letting him be visible just like the girls. Another person complained that Rumi shouldn't have been up on that stage at all, saying the poor baby was obviously overstimulated. Some folks even went as far as calling it a messy publicity move, claiming Beyonce was trying to shift attention away from the drama surrounding her and Jay-Z. They said Rumi is a beautiful kid and deserves to just be a child without being thrown into adult chaos. But now I want to hear what you think. Do you believe any of these rumors about Beyonce supposedly harming the twins' lives with witchcraft? Or do you think this is just the internet being dramatic again? And do you think this is the same secret Jason Lee claimed he was threatening her with? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.